Yeah, listen, man. You know what? I think it is the economics of it. She's realized. Listen, I'm not going to get anything. I'm only 6 months in. I might have let my emotions get the better of me. I pulled the trigger too soon. It's kind of like what the thing with Brittany Renner tried. She's like, listen, even though I didn't have the baby in California, or I'm going to try to go file for child support in California, and then hit him that way. I'm like, ma'am, you live in Atlanta. Get the fuck out of here. So they're trying it. Look, if I'm not gonna lie to you, if I had that kind of Dwight Howard money, I wouldn't even get married. You're just gonna have to take being my longtime girlfriend, and I'll take you to the ESPY Awards and the Grammys, and that's gonna have to be good enough. Don't get any mail sent here though, because I don't want anybody to get any ideas. You know, that's just what it is. Because that's a record. You go get a PO box. It's okay. You can stay the weekend. I'll get you a key made. Maybe you might have to work your way up to getting the key, but yeah, I mean, it's risky. I don't think he should. I don't even know how the relationship survives it. Because if I filed and you filed in 6 months, how do we come back from that? Do we just go in the room and lay down and be like, I think we were both tripping. We were just playing. I think they meant if I filed and you filed in 6 months, we meant that shit. This is just not meant to be. We should just get it annulled and go our separate ways. And you know what? It's not like you guys are getting a great divorce and the kids are in college and shit. Just wrap it up now. Just call it done. Actually, you know what? This particular situation, this is exactly why the great people of China changed their community property laws. They said any assets that the man had coming into the marriage, doesn't matter if he even puts your name on it after the fact, doesn't matter. They go by payment history. If I had a house and I had it 5 years before we got married, and I put you on the mortgage, and then we get divorced 6 months in, they're gonna be like, well, you can't split it's not community property because you've only been paying on the house for 6 months, and he's been paying on the house for 5 years. Get the fuck out of here. So shout out to China for living in the future and thinking of situations like this. Dwight Howard, if you get married in China, you won't have to deal with this shit.
If Dwight Howard married who he really liked, he probably wouldn't have to worry about this shit. I think it's all, I think not James Brown, Ray Charles had a song that it's cheaper to keep him, right? And so I just think that when it comes down to realizing that transactional part of the relationship and what the gives and takes are, we think love, consideration, children, and all that. And I'm thinking, nah, PR, publicity. One of them needs to smooth over the PR about them being possibly homosexual. We don't care. We like that. It's okay. And then the other one has to say, I am a nobody ass rapper from Florida with a brief stint on Love and Hip Hop where I acted an ass. And now I married this man who people are already like, it's not a good idea. And now I realize I can't get half. So, hey, do you want me to still be your pretend wife? Sure. Do you still want me to finance your small lifestyle? Sure. Everybody wins. It's cheaper to keep them. So I think that they both made the decision because what Delvin said was right. After 6 months, like you guys both wanted to out of here. It was a reason for that. You're coming back together now is more believable to be fake and just something created as opposed to being something genuine. So shout out to Amy Luciani for getting the bag and for Dwight Howard for, keeping his nuts in
So
his
you're
sack.
saying your conclusion is lavender marriage for the
marriage.
optics.
For the optics. That's why I say he cut off his beard, she being the beard. Mm-hmm.
Listen, in fairness, I cut off my beard while you were gone because my daughter wanted to see what it looked like with no beard because I've had a beard, her entire life. So I did it and the people got worried, but now I'm back.
Well, thank God I wasn't
Sir,
here for that.
I was like, sir, you don't want to conflate that beard with your beard.
Because, baby,
You
that's not the
definitely
same
don't.
beard. A
What you know
beard
what?
is an urban colloquialism used to mention that a woman is placed into a traditional heterosexual relationship in lieu of a homosexual relationship to pretend as if the man actually likes and loves the woman. She is a beard. She is a cover for his true desires.
My God. Jay, did you know this?
You guys are welcome. You're welcome. Transactions gets the best of it.
You've heard things?
Oh.
Jay's like, so look, I'm going to do it on Jay's behalf. He said, yes, he knew this. After all, he's a teacher, and even he knew what the beard meant. That's why I wanted to clear it up for you because I didn't want you to put yourself in that category because you may have looked like a shaved milk dud without the beard, but you wasn't using a beard in the manner that they was using the beard. You look great without the beard. And I appreciate your daughter wanting to take an opportunity to see what you look like underneath the beard. But yeah, that's two different things. You was not this beard. And
This is a sometimes you feel like a nut, sometimes you don't type beard.
Not the nuts in your throat, though. Or maybe it is. Wait.
It's the same.
The regardless, I appreciate the John Cena contract, right? Because basically what you described was the John Cena contract where you don't ever get into you're in a committed relationship, but you have a contract in place to determine visitation, keys to the house, everything, no kids, everything put out in writing because I like it, the John Cena contract. And so do y'all got anything else? Or we good on this? We good? We good? I feel like we good.